In this box is a secret mystery ingredient that these 3 bartenders behind me are gonna have to make an original cocktail using it, all for a chance to win $500. And their timer starts now. And their secret ingredient is cilantro for this first round. Each of the bartenders will have exactly 15 minutes to create an original cocktail featuring this ingredient before we decide who gets eliminated in the first round. We will then have a second round where the 2 remaining bartenders will have to create another original cocktail with a new secret ingredient. So now this might be a good time to explain exactly how I'm gonna be judging each cocktail. Basically be judging each cocktail on 4 different criteria. The use of the secret mystery ingredient, which in this case is cilantro. If you don't know what it is, it's cilantro. And then it'll be about flavor balance, presentation, and creativity. So as out there as they get, they'll get points for it. They have access to an entire pantry that we put together, as well as some equipment that we have set up. And they'll also have access to everything on my back bar and all of the prepped things that we have behind the bar. So
the most expensive tequila you have here?
It's in my office, but there's some Fortaleza right there. Oh God, it's gonna be expensive to do this, but it's fun. It's for the fun. It's for the culture, you know? So Oscar, what are we thinking? Oh, by the way, love the shirt. It's incredible.
Cilantro's really fun.
Cool.
The thing about cilantro is that some people think it tastes like soap.
Oh, do any of you guys have that gene where it makes it taste like soap?
It's like speed dial, and I'm here for it. My name is Oscar Simosa. I run 21 Temple Place in Boston, downtown Crossing. 21 Temple Place is a companion of 3 places right now, soon to be 6. Which is the Wig Shop, Jim Curley's, and Bobby's Place. If I win, it just proves that I don't have to be a real estate agent. I just can do this for a living now. That's the big one. No, I'm kidding.
Marco, what are we thinking so far?
Right now I'm playing with cilantro, some Mexican notes. I'm using the mancho verde to bring that betel notes too. I found this random concoction of sotol with cilantro and cucumber.
Yep.
So right now I'm gonna add some pineapple and try to recreate like a al pastor taco. So
hell yeah.
Savory elements, but also refreshing. Maybe some basil to bring those notes and some mint. I think it'll work pretty well.
Dude's trying to recreate a taco in a cocktail. That's pretty cool.
My name is Marco Naya. Bartending at Drink before, managing. Not as fun as bartending, to be honest. I've been bartending for 3 years, drawn to the industry as a part-time job, and then I ended up quitting my 9 to 5, came full-time, and I love it every single day. If I win, I think I will be able to afford 1 day sick.
Jesse, what are we thinking? What do we got going so far?
I think in order to make cilantro or any sort of herb like that shine, just try to make like a syrup out of it.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna try to make a syrup in 15 minutes?
Try to make a syrup, see what I can do.
Cool. All right.
My name's Jesse Lane. I bartend at Back Bar in Somerville. I've been doing so for about 8 years, not just at Back Bar, but other places. I was kind of a late bloomer, so I started actually bartending in restaurants when I was 30, which is kind of like my inspiration for coming and doing this competition, is just showing that like you don't have to start out when you were one of the young guns and doing it. I was kind of self-taught. And yeah, I think that was why it would be really cool if I won, just being like one of those self-taught people, learn my own weird flavor combinations and mindset of how to approach drinks versus learning it from many other people.
And they only have 11 minutes left. So Oscar, how long have you been bartending, and how long have people been asking you when you're gonna get a real job?
Only 2 months. I've been doing this for 16 years now.
Wow. Goddamn.
And it's been, since I was 21 when I started. And the fun part, I was a door guy. I started as a door guy. Different environment.
Yep.
And then little by little, you start doing the door, then you become the bar back. And the bar back, you become a server, and then that just brings me to be a bartender. Is it cool if I break your tins?
Yes, sir. I will refigure it out later. And then the interesting thing about the competition is that they have to write down the recipe, and then they have until the 15 minutes are up to finalize their recipe and submit them. They'll have to hand them in, and then they'll recreate it each individually for me to taste, and then we'll go through and see which one I win, which one I pick. There we go. You guys have 1 minute remaining. 1 minute. The staff's going down to the wires. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the fence. Hell yeah. That's how you do it.
So for this cocktail, I got inspired by the cilantro, which is a really common element in Mexican cuisine. I'm from Mexico myself, so in this point I'm trying to recreate a really good street taco that everybody will be familiar with, the taco al pastor, which has some really nice savory elements from the cilantro, some spices, has some refreshing notes as well, and also a grilled pineapple or caramelized pineapple on top. So for this one, I'm playing like a deconstructed take on a margarita. I'm gonna be using some sotol, some tequila, I'm using arete, and by itself, the sotol, I just found this, I think it's part of like Louis's stash. It has some cucumber and some cilantro notes in there. With a lot of those spicy, peppery vegetal notes that really complement the cilantro. And it's gonna be a really nice, refreshing cocktail with a bit of spicy element, some savory element.
So when I saw cilantro, I thought vegetal, herbaceous, and one of the first drinks when I think those sort of flavors is an Alaska, which is one of my favorite drinks. It's definitely not light refreshing, but I can throw them back and I love them. But then looking around, I realized no chartreuse. So let me try to make a cordial, because why not? So I made a cordial out of Germana cachaça, some sugar, and muddled a ton of cilantro in there. And then I just did a little bit of mezcal, because I prefer a mezcal Alaska over a regular one. Sweet, man. Cheers. So, as you know, cilantro, it's a very divisive, good pick, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Divisive vegetables. The flavor of it is super, super strong. And if you don't play with it right, you might overtake your whole cocktail. So, went for a little super savory and delicious sour. Salt pimienta on top. And voila, we should have our cilantro into it. And a little pepperish, so be a little bit of that.
So this was really difficult. I wish I could pick everyone. I know it's a super cliche thing to say when you're judging a competition because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I'm just gonna come out and say that it was super tight. It was really, really tight, but for this round, I'm gonna have to cut Marco's, unfortunately. I'm sorry, buddy. Jesse made that like, the what did you call it? The cilantro cordial thing, which was really creative. Oscar used the beer and then made his own foam. Like that was just really incredible. But yours was so well balanced. So in terms of all of the categories, yours won on balance and theirs on the creativity and the use of the secret ingredient kind of came out, just edged you out just a little bit. So I do apologize. But now you get to help me judge their final cocktails.
You win.
For round two, the ingredient is going to get a little bit harder. They will have 30 minutes on this cocktail, and then Marco and I are gonna judge it together. On your marks, get set, go.
Let's do it.
And for round two, their secret ingredient is a red pepper. And then while we're watching them work, I'm gonna go behind there, bother them, and grab Marco and I a drink. Behind. Behind. Oh, we're gonna go with some good stuff, man. Just gonna steal Jesse's thing, making it harder for him.
I'm not gonna say behind.
Marco and I are just gonna sit here and watch you guys. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Ah.
Working with some tarragon and strawberries.
Excuse me, barkeep. Barkeep.
I want to respond to my name. Oh, I hear snapping. I'm absolutely not looking up now.
I love how I provide knives for everybody. I actually bought them the other day, and Oscar brings his own.
What?
Just saying, I went out of my way to make sure everybody had knives, all the stations were set up, and you brought your own. I respect it.
In 17 years, the only thing I've learned behind a bar is that you're only as good as your knife.
See, Jesse got the memo. He's using my knives. All right, fellas, we are about 10 minutes in 5 minutes to like fuck up this whole competition.
Literally would not be a cocktail competition if I didn't try to use Malort.
Man, if this works, I'm gonna be so impressed.
If?
Sorry, when?
We do a little mush.
All right, if you guys could pause for a moment. We have our wheel of death. And whatever this lands on, we have to do. There's one where we have to take a shot of Malort. There's one where I will double the amount of time remaining. There's one where I will cut the remaining time in half. Oh, you can't use strainers. For the rest of the competition, you cannot use any strainers. Great, done. And I was hoping we'd hit the Malort one, but you know.
I was too.
Wait, you mean strainers like the spring, the metal part? You gotta be. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You can use the spring. I think that count. But you can't use you can't use any strainers. That's about as far as I got on the rules on that one.
Well, right. Let's see how the Spieler strain start goes. Jesse, if you want, we can do a shot. I'll do it with you.
Malort?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah. Line them up. Marco, we're gonna participate. All right, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let them keep working and I'll pour it. So if y'all don't know, Malort is I don't even want to call it like spirit liqueur. It's the best spirit. Best. It's how would you describe the flavor, Marco? I don't even know what to say.
I have 3 main keywords. One, it's gotta be sweat. The second one will be leather. And for some reason, the third one will kiss.
If that doesn't sell you on drinking some Malort, I don't know what will, truthfully.
Also, I'm just gonna grab that right out of you.
Oh, sorry, he's actually using it as an ingredient.
Curious.
You guys have 9 minutes and 30 seconds, and you have a shot of Malort you're gonna have to take. So
We're not done.
cheers to you, fellas. I hope your taste buds don't get fucked from this.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Refresh memories.
It's a love-hate thing for me. Marco needs a chaser. I don't blame him. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing with him.
The irony of it.
All right, that is so genius, and I'm so.
Everybody wins for creativity at this point.
It said no strainers. Now I'm trying to do what Oscar did and look for something to strain.
Using that knife you got. Yep.
We're doing great.
Look at Jesse. I love this. I'm pretty pleased at myself at how this strainer one came out. I did not think it'd be this fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was gonna be lame. Everyone's like, oh yeah, cool, just won't use strainers. But the ingenuity right now, this is great.
It's working. I just got to figure out a better way to do it. Cool.
2 minutes remaining.
Should we try a new strainer? Let's try a new strainer. You're gonna need to get a lot of shots. We can just.
Dude, like I said, use whatever you need. It's not like the planet's dying.
Turtles live for like 400 years. They're fine.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. The all Baja, no blast.
Of course, you know, classic mixing. I didn't want to go too vegetal. I tried to like bring it back into the fruit side. We live in a kind of like bar era where people like the vegetal aspect of cocktails, but they don't like too much of the vegetal to it. So strawberry pepper, it's a classic combination with mezcal, brings the smokiness, so it brings up the pepperish as well, all the way up. Lemon to add of the citrus. You don't want that to be too sweet or too peppery, so you want to bring all that balance to it. So we did a little roll bar to bring that in, and then a little splash of orange soda. We found a habanero syrup that you have in there, so I don't know the measurements for that, but it's super tasty, has viscosity to it of honey, and habanero as well, so has that pepper aspect to it that brings all of them together. So you have sweetness, citrus, smokiness. The glassware is inspired by my grandma. I'm kidding, I don't even know.
But it works.
Cool. So I don't have a funny name for mine because Oscar's just that much better.
Oh, stop on.
We had to use the red pepper. Immediately I thought Sotol because a lot of them can have like a bright peppery note to them. But I wanted to then kind of like pair it out with some herbaceous notes. So I kind of just blitzed up the red pepper with some rosemary and a little agave, making a syrup out of that. And then, I don't know, kind of just went in the mindset of a margarita. So I've got some lime, some Cointreau, a little Malort, and just any vegetal sort of herbaceous notes I think always pop with some saline. So I did a little Manzanilla sherry. And figure out how to strain without a strainer. Because not only do you have a little bit of ice chips, which no one really likes that in their drink, but I started my drink with a pepper, syrup, and rosemary. So this is now my strainer. And we're gonna see how it works.
Let's see if it works.
Because fuck the turtles.
That should be your cocktail name.
Fuck the turtles. And somehow this is working. And this is actually keeping most of the things out of the drink. There's only a few little pieces of rosemary in there. Slide that right on the side here. A little bit of rosemary right on top. And we have fuck the turtles.
I like it.
I love it. PETA, it's all a joke, I swear. All right, gentlemen, if you'll excuse Marco and I, we need to have a little bit of a chat here with our scores. If y'all could just...
So you're asking us to excuse ourselves then?
Yeah, pretty much, actually.
Go in the kitchen. I'll make myself a sandwich.
The Malort just threw me off right now. I can just taste that bitterness.
Okay, I'm happy he tried to use it. The creativity points for me. Oh yeah,
I'll give him one extra just for the
Oh yeah,
Malort.
just for using Malort.
Yeah.
Great flavor. To his credit, he used it. I think that's a bold choice, and I think that like it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't really taste like Malort.
I feel like actually it's complimenting because you take a sip and you're gonna want to keep drinking because you want to get
That
rid of the
bitter,
Malort
yeah,
taste.
which is true, and that's what the whole point of a bitter liqueur is, right? It makes you keep wanting to sip on it. And then with Oscars, what did you think?
I do like the presentation better. I think it's hilarious just
Yeah.
having the pepper.
Yeah.
I feel like the secret ingredient wasn't probably used as much besides the
Yeah.
garnish or the actual glassware in this case.
Agreed. Yep.
I got more of the peppery notes on Jesse's cocktail.
Yeah, I think Jesse's cocktail utilized the secret ingredient a little bit better.
So it's a tough one.
It's a tough one. It is a tough one. I think we have an answer.
I think we do.
All right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This one was pretty tough. Marco and I deliberated a lot. It came down to a difference of 4 points only. The presentation for Oscars, all Baja, no blast, absolutely amazing.
That's the Baja, right?
The creativity of using Malort for the fuck the turtles, the persistence of wanting to use Malort, like you gotta get points there. But it came down to the very nitty gritty of this contest, and the winner is all Baja, no blast. Congrats, Oscar.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, man.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. You're not competing.